Hello, adventurer. Welcome to the Arcane Ward, a library of stories and adventures of those who came before. Here we invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy this tale named Ashes to Embers. An exciting narrative of danger, adventure, and humor the likes of which you have never seen before. We thank you, and we hope you enjoy.
Previously on Ashes to Embers.
Everyone died.
After our party was made aware of the treachery of Cicero Corinth and what was actually going on, a mad dash was then assembled to be able to find the location of where he was. Some information was gathered, some stabilization of Clayton's father was done, and you all were able to convene with Moriarty, one of the head archbishops of the Church of Ash, to do a scrying spell to determine the location of Cicero. During that scrying spell, you were able to determine that Cicero had created his heavy artillery, his ashen stone artillery, to up in the crater of the city of Babylon, the very highest point in the caldera. Quickly, you all were able to muster yourselves together, grab whatever mage slayers you can and several of the other heralds, and rush up. With not much time during this very beginning moment, you weren't able to stop by your ship, and so you ran into the caldera itself, and there discovered Cicero Corinth finally putting on the final touches of his creation and getting it charged up. There proceeded a pretty intense beginning battle as Cicero began to invoke duplicity and have different illusory forms of himself pop up as he began to defend the machine the best he could. However, due to his not the most intelligent thinking, Cicero did not plan on the one thing that could bypass his shield and actually do damage to the machinery itself. With several well-placed shots, Clayton Deadeye was able to sabotage the machine. And we learned a very important lesson in why math is important. Because Min, during his time within the Obsidian Labyrinth, was able to briefly change some of Cicero's plans. And that, combined with Clayton sabotaging with his shots, created a volatile moment in which Cicero thought he had succeeded, instead exploded himself. After the explosion settled down and half the mountainside was missing, Cicero, very dead, landed in the middle of the caldera. At that point, as everybody was rushing to the body, you saw the black, red, and gold tendrils of energy begin to course through his body as his arm regrew within an instant into a scaly dragon claw, and he rose with a massive sword and began a final duel with all of you. In quick succession, Devon Toriel and the Herald of Commerce, Dwelth Murat, were cut down and killed. And in the moments right before Ophelia L'Oreal was going to be cut down, she was able to stand her ground. And Story appeared, began to play a melody and add aid to a person he called the Vessel of Dreams. A very close battle ensued as you all were able to tank quite a lot of damage, and corruption energy began to spread from the sword to each one of you. In the final moments, as Captain Lazar, it seemed that things were going very south. Captain Lazar had run off for a moment. And in the nick of time, flying in on the airship and doing some of the most impressive aerial combat we have ever seen, was able to light Cicero Corinth up. And with a massive blow dealt, the battle and the tides began to turn. As yes, it was still close, but slowly our party was able to gain the upper hand. And as people began to slowly fall unconscious, Captain Lazar, with one final moment, jumped off the ship, summoned forth his dagger, and at the last moment, as Cicero Corinth looked up to see Lazar, Captain Lazar, saw him, looking up at him, plunged the dagger deep within his eye, and Cicero Corinth was no more. You all were able to quickly gather the bodies, the swords, and any other thing that was of importance during this time. As the lava was slowly rising, you all loaded onto the ship and made your way back down into the Babylon itself. And that is where we will pick up this episode. You all have gone through hell. It seemed as if it was too much, but you all, well, most of you, were able to make it out relatively unscathed. As you slowly descend down the mountain to the city of Babylon proper, there you see a large group of people beginning to congregate in the common area. Thousands of people begin to throng the streets, the commerce, looking up and wondering what was going on in the city, like up in the caldera as the explosion racked it. Amongst the people, you can see the soldiers that were forced to flee due to the mass suggestion. They seem to have gained their wits back and are beginning to talk with people and help them understand what had transpired. And as you fly the ship down and slowly begin to get into view of people, and they can see you all standing on the deck of the ship looking over the throngs of people, you begin to hear it. Start slow at first, but the cheers begin to grow in intensity as a chorus of happy voices begin to shout the praises of your victory against Cicero Corinth. Encores of people shouting your name in unison. Ashen Avengers! Ashen Avengers! Echoing like a booming microphone around the city of Babylon, drowning out the distant sounds of roars of the city of the calm. As in this moment, you are the heroes of Babylon. And you guys slowly kind of land the ship back down, and there you see the applause and the immense joy of the populace of Babylon as you guys begin to disembark.
Question.
Yes.
If we went through hell and it was as grand as you say, does that mean we get a level up?
You did.
We did during the fight, didn't we?
Yeah, you guys got 2 level ups during that fight.
Wait, what?
Wait, we got 2?
Yeah,
Really?
1 right before and then 1 during.
So, okay, are we level
Wait,
9
should we be
or
level
level
10?
10?
You should be level.
Level 9.
Yeah, I'm level 9.
Level
Yeah.
9. You were 7, then you went to 8, and now 9.
Okay.
That
I
is
don't
how
remember
counting
the
works.
first one, but
The 8 was right before the, like, right as you guys were entering the battle with Cicero. Then 8 to 9 was right when Captain Lazar was able to jump off the ship.
Okay.
All right. Well, what would you guys like to do as you are currently standing in front of this massive throng of people? The cheering is thunderous as you all are disembarking. You do hear like several questions being called throughout the crowd. Things like what happened, where, like, what was the explosion? Is everybody okay? Where's Devon Toriel? Where's the heralds? Have you all been victorious? But mostly just cheers at this point.
All right, my friends, we have hours to really instate someone as king now that there's no king. So if we want to play our hand, now's the time to do it, eh?
I don't know. I strike a cutting figure. I don't know if people will be able to handle my greatness.
Captain, I'm not sure your ego can handle being a captain and a king at the same time.
Oh, I don't want to be
What's
king.
an ego?
Ophelia is also like, you'd probably have to stay here in Babylon even if you became king. So unless you all want to...
Well,
I don't want to. Not that it's not a great town and y'all haven't been great or anything, but with your proclivity to burn libraries, I think I'm gonna go.
Yeah, that's fair. But
Us.
that is a
a
good
king can do
question.
whatever he wants, but that's just
Yeah.
splitting hairs.
I guess that's fair, but the populace would like, if they were to, yes. But yeah, that brings up a very good point, Lazar. The importance of succession at this moment in time is quite necessary.
If you're not interested, I came up with this system. It's called democracy. Essentially, everybody gets a vote for things. As long as you are own land and you're white and you're male, is how people do it. I think.
That sounds
Then you get to
terrible.
vote on things.
Putting something in the mail seems kind of risky. Just saying.
Democracy.
yeah, we just strike that from the record.
Yes, but only if you're landed wealthy. You can't be sick as long as you're not a witch or any female for that matter. You have to be white, human.
Lazar, Ophelia kind of like steps forward and lightly backhands you. That
Is
I
that-
mean, so long as she doesn't weigh less than a duck.
Ophelia, I would say that you already know who's going to take up the mantle.
well,
I mean, who else will there be?
that is
Min raises his hand. I'll do it.
Not human.
As he points at you without even looking at you. No, not you. Put your hand down.
Oh.
I think Ophelia might be able to fill the shoe.
I think she would be more than adequate.
I think that is. Yes, I do think that potentially would help.
The first queen of Genovia.
At this
Thank you,
point,
Levi.
Story kind of steps forward, and he kind of says, "Well, my friends, it would be important. I think that Ophelia would make a great queen of the city of Babylon. However, I do think that she should come on a brief excursion with us to Onaferinia. You know, I've been looking for her for. She's the vessel of dreams. And Ophelia King's like, you keep saying that. Who are you? My name is the story. I have been set by the Dreamweaver from Onafirinia to find the vessel of dreams. And
Who are you?
you, my dear lady, are the vessel of dreams. What does that even mean? Well, you see, I don't know, but you should probably come because the Dreamweaver says it's very important.
If he says it's important thing, you gotta follow the reps.
I mean, he's just gonna kind of open his jaw, just kind of like stare back and forth between them very quickly. I know what that is.
No, what is, Min?
The thing that story said.
The vessel?
Yeah.
What does the
Wait,
vessel?
the vessel is a vessel?
A
The
vessel
vessel?
of dreams.
Or the flagon with the dragon.
Levi, as much as I want to do the tongue twister with you, I just can't right now.
That's an amazing movie.
I'm glad that some of you guys know it. I feel like so few people know that one.
Which movie? What movie are we talking about?
The
The
court,
court
jester.
jester.
Yeah.
Was actually the one who showed me the court jester.
Who was?
Honestly,
Oh.
if you haven't seen it, it's
Oh.
probably one of the greatest musicals of all time. You need to go watch it.
The tights are awesome.
Well, while
Anyways.
you all figure this out, I'd like to go shopping.
Shopping.
Oh,
I like shopping. Let's go shopping.
On a
As-
nap would
Just
be nice.
completely turns away from story, goes to Therian to go shopping.
As he, tosses this hefty bag of gold coins in his hand, but he does bring it to Ophelia's attention. Everybody else who got a stone worth 10,000 gold pieces. I'd hate to ask for more, but can I have the cash value of the stone?
The difficulty with that is right now, people that would be able to pay the cash in order to purchase the Ashen Stone of 10,000 are very few and far between right now. In fact, we drained about 60% of the coffers of the heralds to be able to reward you all. We could do. We would only be able to do the 8,000, or we could give you the Ashen Stone worth 10,000. And if you were able to make it to potentially the city of Dracon, who is next door to us, would be able to have someone within its walls within the city who could purchase the Ashen Stone for 10,000. But as at this moment, I would not be able to do the extra 2,000.
Fair enough. Well then, I'd like to go shopping. Whoever wants to come with me, you're free to do so.
Well, however, but before you go, if you could, we do and we should have a meeting with Lord Corinth of the city of Dracon to potentially discuss this matter, and we also have the matter of the funerals.
Those might be important.
Alabaster, Yes, I can most likely prepare the pyres for tonight.
I will help.
Thank you, Savage. With the help of the church and potentially the help of... We could even, if the city of Dracon would be willing, we could make this funeral fit for a king. Or at least the heralds. They gave up their lives for this city, and it is the least that we can do to see them return to ash. In the most spectacular way that we can see fit. If there's anything that you all would be able to do to aid in this endeavor, this funeral for the evening, I believe when at midnight, when the moon reaches nearly to the center of the sky, and the night is deep, that is where we will have the funeral and the procession.
So like 9 o'clock?
What?
So like 9 o'clock? Is that you were saying, when the moon reaches its heightening and the darkness, something is like 9 o'clock? Is that what we're saying?
No, when it's the darkest outside. Middle of the night.
Oh, you want... Okay. So like 2 o'clock?
Like 2 a.m.? Yes.
Okay, cool. Just trying to make sure there's no confusion.
It will be there will be a time frame. Don't worry about it.
I prefer 4 in the morning.
You will need extra hands to prepare.
If you could, you're done acquiring your necessary provisions, aid in the preparations for the funeral, and potentially be there for the talks with Lord Corinth, it would be appreciated, yes.
Varian steps aside, and he calls out to the crowd, I need 10 able-bodied men.
You see 50 hands raised.
I look amongst the crowd, and I pick the, I guess the most fit,
And the ones that are wiggling
strongest-
their hand, that are really, really want to get picked.
Mm-hmm. The guy yelling, ooh, me. Pick me.
I pick the
Increasingly
10.
difficult puzzles.
I pick the 10, the top 10 that look the strongest, and I have them step forward.
Yeah, they step forward. You can see most of them are like blacksmiths or leather. But yeah, they step forward. They seem eager and willing to help. You can tell at this moment, all other functions within the city of Babylon, that nobody is currently working. They are all ready and willing to help. And at this moment, Alabaster kind of sees how many people were willing to help. And Ophelia and Alabaster kind of step up, and they will begin to usher multiple groups of people to begin as they gather large groups of women and children to begin to help braid giant mosaic flower or arrangements. They get large men to be able to go and begin chopping down the trees to get the proper firewood for the pyres.
Wow, Mister, you're strong.
Birth, Mister.
I was going for innocence. But large groups of people, you can see thousands of people begin to join in the efforts as pathways are being cleared, carts are being moved. This the common area itself is being moved around in such a way that it is beginning to be prepared for the funeral. You see ashen stones from all across the city are being brought out, and as like they begin to like set decorations around, you all begin to see that the city of Babylon is beginning to rally itself around this moment, and the last two remaining heralds and the head pontifex of the Church of Ash, as this moment of triumph is also punctuated with a little bit of sadness. But by Ashes, they are going to make sure that it is a night to remember. Is there anything that you guys would like to do to help during this time, or are you going with Virian to go shopping? What are you all wanting to do?
Well, right now I want to get a change of clothes because I've been in my underwear for the past 2 or 3 sessions.
That's been a couple.
Wait, you have?
I think you got.
Yeah.
No, you got a pair of pants.
I think they might have burnt off in the fight with Cicero. I'm not 100% sure.
Those are limited edition, man.
Yeah. But, yeah, ever since we walked into the burning library, all my clothes have been burnt off. So I've just kind of...
So
Yeah,
who's on your
I-
boxers?
Alabaster, apparently.
You got alabaster boxers too, eh?
They're standard.
Yeah. It wasn't
They're
my
standard
decision.
issue.
I don't remember putting them on. I just found them there, so it's going to raise some interesting questions and dialogue for later on.
Mm-hmm.
But that's for another time.
Yeah. So what all would you like to be doing? Additionally, Clayton, your father is still in the infirmary. You don't know if he has awakened or not. And then eventually, probably within the next couple of hours, an envoy should be sent to the city of Dracon to talk with Galbraith Corinth is the...
Tira's tribute to talk with the dragons.
Actually, before I go shopping, I would like to go into the bag.
Okay.
So,
What about the rest of you? What is everybody else doing?
I'm just gonna get to helping with the funeral preparations.
All right.
I probably will do. I might ask around for a seeing stone.
A true seeing, like a stone of true seeing.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me an investigation or persuasion check.
hey Caleb, how big was that sending stone?
It like the size of a marble.
Okay. Is my eye still missing?
Yes.
Yeah, that ain't
Okay. You see where I'm going with this, right?
Yeah.
Investigation or persuasion. Let's roll a. I don't know. Which one should I do, guys? They're both 1 plus 1.
Go with
I
your gut.
say flip a coin and pick whichever one you choose.
I'm gonna do investigation.
It took me a second to realize what you just said. Great system.
You gotta roll the dice to determine which one you roll the dice for.
I rolled a 14 for you.
Team.
14.
As you begin to kind of like go around and you're talking to people and stuff, at this point in time, like you can see that a lot of shops are closed. You like the preparation for the funeral is underway and most people are helping. You do see a lot of the store owners within the crowds, and you are able to kind of go and talk with them. And you begin to ask around about a stone of trucy. and the consensus that you get from most of the people that you've talked to is that they are extremely rare and quite expensive. In fact, from the people that you were able to talk to, there is, from their own knowledge, they don't believe there is one in the city of Babylon. Your best, like they were saying, like your best bet would probably to go to one of the major sky cities. They probably, like, that would be a guarantee to be able to find one there.
Good thing the City of Dracon's right next door.
They also kind of mentioned that the City of Dracon might have quite inflated prices because dragons like to hold on to their treasure and they're not too fond of parting with it. Additionally, like they, you hear that like gems of true seeing are usually found in very powerful magical places. Most gems of true seeing or stones of true seeing are not crafted, they are created like naturally. They're naturally formed. In like areas of immense powerful magical effect, if a stone is like a specific kind of stone, coal or other gemstone, like some rough cut amethyst, some rough cut like sapphire and all that kind of stuff, is formed in a massive like pool of magical energy that has consolidated in an area, that's usually where a gem of true seeing is created naturally. There is talk that some people potentially in the city of Macon or Elysium, the city of elves, have created gems of true seeing artificially, but nothing has been confirmed.
Well, okay. Then I guess I probably will go and see if I can, when we get over to the city of Dracon, I want to go and see if I can at least find one, and get the prices on them.
All right. Okay. Min, what are you doing?
I volunteered to go and talk to Dracon.
Okay. All right. Grave, what are you doing?
I was gonna go shopping.
Okay, perfect.
Look around at the wares.
All right, Lazar, what are you doing?
I imagine I'm acting like I'm helping out to prepare for the funeral, but I don't actually want to help. I really just want to bask in the glory of everyone basically worshiping me, so I'm not really being that helpful. I'm just kind of talking to people and being like, yeah, I know, I'm kind of awesome.
He's delegating even though he's supposed to be doing the work.
Exactly.
True Tom
Which,
Sawyer.
honestly, in
That's
some
a true
areas,
CEO mentality right there.
Yeah. But like that's the interesting thing. In this moment in time, Lazar's skills as a captain in delegating are quite helpful. So even though he might not do a lot of work himself, he is able to help direct. He actually begins to like gather people and help like potentially get like a brief choir of children, a children's choir, or like you can help, like you are easily able to help direct people as you are basking in the glory of this near worship from the city of Babylon. Yes, Clean.
What happened to my mother?
That's a
Your
good
mother was
question.
a hamster.
And your father smelled of elderberries.
I was debating saying that.
Yeah, what?
You could go try to find her if you would like.
Yes.
Ooh, I want to help with that if you need help with that. That sounds fun.
Yeah.
You just want his mother to be like, oh my gosh, thank you.
All right. And Ellie, what are you doing?
The aisle with the silence so loud.
I would like to, I think, do the same situation to warn Dracon, but to tell them that he is gone and take Min with me.
Okay. Not that far away. You guys are currently actually orbiting the city of Dracon.
Cool.
Barely
Nice.
were able to stop the city before it like crushed into the side of Dracon.
Cool.
Now
It'll be easy to go.
Yeah, pretty easy to go and stuff. Additionally, you probably would want to grab Ophelia and Alabaster, and maybe anybody else who would want to come to actually formally greet Galbraith.
Okay, I will grow big.
I might want to join for that.
And I will go small.
I will start loading people up on my shoulders.
All right. We'll say, Virian, you're gonna hop in the bag real quick, so we'll go ahead and do that real quick.
All right. I hop in the bag.
Good evening.
Hello, Butler. I have another project for you. I don't know how long it would take for you to make this. Yes, just for you.
All right.
As you can see, as I look down at the alabaster pajama pants that I'm wearing,
Mm-hmm.
all of my clothes have burnt away. That was my only pair. I need a special pair of clothes, preferably this time that they're resistant to fire.
Mm-hmm.
They might not burn away.
Very well. Mm-hmm. Yes, I can see this. Interesting proposition. He begins to stroke his mustache and beard.
In terms of versatility of the clothing, I have no need of armor. However, if you can make this pair of clothes, I don't know if it might stretch or go away or become part of me, however it might work with my new ability to become a dragon. I could see that being problematic of the clothes ripping away.
Interesting. Yes.
He wants stretchy pants.
I got this.
Yeah.
Um,
And maybe the last. This might be the most expensive. But I would like a trench coat to be a part of this ensemble. However, I would like there to be multiple pockets on the inside of the jacket for easy access to my things. However, if I can have
The
a
watches that you
pocket-
sell?
But if a few of these pockets can have interdimensional spaces, if you might understand what I'm getting at, where I can share things, where I can share things between the others. I forget what it's called, but I know it's not a bag of holding, but it's something similar to it. Or I put something in the bag. Right. I can take something, I could put it in the pocket, but everyone else would be able to access it from their own inventory.
It would be a little bit more expensive. Alright.
Right.
So, tell you what. This is what I potentially could be able to do with you for you. I will need some materials in order to be able to craft this. If you could require me, how many pockets are you wanting?
It depends on how large these spaces are and how much they can hold. I mean, if it's good enough, I would really only need one.
That's fair.
Really, most of the other things would just be for holding vials for poisons, remedies, antidotes, potions, the like.
Alright. I could do 2 extra dimensional pockets that would hold around the same amount of a bag of holding. List of materials I will need 2 bags of holding, 24 red dragon scales.
And unicorn hair. You always need unicorn hair.
Silver thread.
Just a silver thread.
Silver thread. Approximately 150 feet worth.
Oof.
Additionally, in order to craft everything afterwards, so I would need those materials, and then additionally, it would be 50,000 gold pieces.
Oh, jeez. And without the pocket dimensions.
Without the pocket dimensions,
10 gold.
I could potentially do 10,000. I would still need the thread and the dragon scales.
The thread and the dragon scales. Let me see how much I already have. I forgot. Oh, I'm so close. Alright, so it would be 10,000 gold pieces. Um, 150 feet of silver thread. I'm writing all this down. You said 24 red dragon scales?
Yes.
Is that it?
That is it.
And if I want to go for the more bougie side, it would be 50k and 2 bags of holding.
Correct.
Alright. I'll see what I could do. Before I leave, there was one more thing. He pulls out his old crossbow. I never really use it. However, after your last piece of work, as he looks down at the gauntlet, which has been flawless, by the way, has proved to be very effective. Would there be a way for you to implement this crossbow into the gauntlet?
I would need the gauntlet back. It would be about 5 days. And yes, I could probably incorporate something. It would be a hand crossbow instead of a light crossbow, though. If that is
Right.
And I could do this addition for an even 650 gold, easy.
And if I were willing to pay you more, would you be able to craft it sooner?
I could do 4 days for 1,000.
4 days for 1,000. I'll consider it.
Very well. Anything else?
That'll be it from now. I appreciate your help.
Very well. Let me know if you need anything else.
I will, thank you.
All right. Bye. And then you'll pop back out as the rest of the party is beginning to discuss different things. Clayton is slightly discussing trying to go find his mom. And then Ellie is also growing. At this moment in time, Ellie's kind of growing bigger, and Min is growing smaller to kind of prepare for the envoy to the city of Dracon.
Varian, welcome back.
Thank you.
How was your visit with the butler?
Expensive.
You made purchases.
Not yet.
I would recommend you go see the infirmary because until you go there, I can promise you this, you won't see half of it.
Alright. Well, I do need to get my strength back somehow.
You see, that was a joke because you hurt your eye. You only have one of your two eyes. You will only see half of it.
I got
It's not funny when I have to explain it. Never mind.
That does remind me, though. And he takes out the sending stone. He's like, it's about the right size. And he tries to put it in the eye socket.
Make me a Constitution saving throw.
That looks dangerous.
Athletics check.
Oh, there they are. Okay. But before I make this, you weren't a part of this, Caleb, but this is definitely a throwback to our first campaign together.
Nathan?
Yep.
I think of all of us, you were the only one that was one of my players for that.
Yeah.
Well, I guess Caleb kind of was later, but then
Yeah.
the campaign died out before you really got to have a more significant role.
I was so sad.
I hadn't met you yet, I think. Yeah, no, that was the campaign that he was part of, where I did meet him first. Yep. For the 5. So.
As
hopefully I don't die.
Yeah. So as you try to put it in, it is slightly too small, and it gets lodged a little bit too far back in your optical nerve, and it begins to be very, very painful. You are going to take 5 points of psychic damage. And the gem, like, as you kind of like, the gem is gonna kind of plop out, and
I'll catch it.
Yeah, and you'll be able to catch it and stuff. You get the sense that if you had a little bit more, like, if you had like some more material, and if someone helped you, you probably could be able to get it affixed in there. But just trying to kind of plop it in there, it's like it's cut in the shape of a gem, not in a like perfect marble kind of thing.
Hey, Frangin, believe me, I have a lot of experience helping people when they hurt their eyes. It's like one of the pinnacle things about the pirates is, you know, you lose an eye. If you ever need help, let me know. I'm very good at these things.
Well,
Instructions. Follow the sending stone.
If you want to help me give it another go.
Easy. I disinfect it with rum. I just start pouring rum on it. Trust me, you'll want this.
No help.
And then I give it a lick. Suck some of the rum off of it.
That's
Lazar, go ahead and make me a sleight of hand check. Virian, go ahead and make me a con save with advantage.
I better roll better than a 3 this time.
With
Nat
advantage?
20.
Never mind. You see Lazar. Oh my gosh. You see.
Can he get extra superpowers for this?
Where were these last session? Come on.
It was wonderful.
Lazar, easily, like, you take the gem, you pour the rum, you lip it on, and you're like, hey, Virian, hold still. Virian's like, he turns to look at you like, what? What's going on? You like, deftly, like, hands up to his eye, you spread them apart, you take your thing and you plop it right in. Virian, you blink. And as, like, all of a sudden the rum, the gem and the rum impact the back of your optical nerve, there's a brief spark, and magic begins to course through it as the magic interferes in a mysterious way. And all of a sudden, you begin to see through a slightly blue haze as the vision in your eye begins to come back.
Oh, hang on. I give it a little spit. Scrub it up, polish
You
it.
spit in my
Perfect.
face.
You spit in your...
You nasty.
Put some dirt.
Look over, and now you can see, like, in Virian's eye socket, perfectly affixed, is this bright blue sapphire gem that begins to roll and move in perfect unison with his other eye. As Virian, it is like, from some magical, insanity, absolute insanity.
The rule
You
of
are able
cool.
to use this new gem as the lens of your eye, and it is
That's
now
great.
your eye.
That's great. Does it still function as a sending stone?
It does. Once a day, you can cast sending.
But
That's
only
amazing.
throw it where you need it to go.
Do I see invisibility or anything
No.
like that?
Negatory.
That's a nod to Baldur's Gate.
You start hearing voices because everyone's sending messages into your eyeball.
Hey, you know what? I ain't complaining. That's exactly what I was hoping would happen. So,
Does it
that's
since there's
awesome.
do you get to listen to the radio for free? Does it have MP3?
Maybe
That's
someday.
crazy, you guys. All right.
There's just bar music at all times now on one side of your head.
Is there anything
Ellie-
else that you
Ellie
guys...
has a Bluetooth lute that she can connect and just play that only Virion hears. Play Kids Bop all day.
Please, God, no. Don't do that to me. I'd rather just fight the Balor alone.
It's like a cochlear implant. When you're done hearing things, you just pop it out.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, is there anything else you guys are wanting to do before making your way to the city of Dracon?
Yeah. Varian would still like to find a change of clothes. So-
Easily enough. You're able to find some well-fitting black clothes. In fact, there are a couple of places there's a couple of people that have blood hunter attire that they are willing to let you use, and you're able to kind of get back into uniform.
Okay.
Is there a Morpheus Kearns magical menagerie of mysterious merchandise?
No, there is not.
Dang it!
So I have a request.
Yes.
I might suggest something for it, but what I want essentially is to negate the effects of me always having this armor on and it hurting me as I sleep, right? Could I meet with a doctor and then just have a vial of some level of healing potion, whatever you decide? Just inject it into a syringe. What do you call it? Like an IV drip, right?
Yeah.
That's always healing me a little bit. That way I don't take this fatigue that I always do.
Grave,
Anybody in town
you're
know
just
how to do that?
shooting up.
I'm doing what?
You're shooting up.
Oh, I'm shooting up. Yeah, I guess I need drugs, Caleb. The medicine kind. The medicine kind. I didn't know that's what I was asking for, but I guess I'm asking for drugs.
Grave, at this moment, as you are kind of currently circling the city of Dracon, you know for certain that there are several places within the city of Dracon itself that if you went to go seek specific medical attention with this is effectively a curse placed upon you due to your armor, and you know of one specific infirmary that deals with those kinds of curses. You do get the sense this is a very, very powerful kind of curse. So in the city, they could, in the Dracon, you could go to this specific healer and request a syringe of greater restoration that would be able to negate the effects, nullify the bad effects of your armor for at least 4 days. And then you would have to inject it every 4 days.
Okay. So
So
I'll
what
have
do
to wait until we go into the town. In the
You will
city.
You will be replacing your curse with an addiction.
Yes, Varian.
I mean, if you want me to roll, I know in Pathfinder there's addiction rolls, but is there addiction stuff in drugs in 5e?
It's I would kind of. I would say in this kind of sense, with I'm gonna have it do it the opposite way. So every time you inject it, it's a greater restoration syringe that injects like the liquid form of this spell into the armor. So when you inject it is when you have to make the how I'm gonna rule it is your armor is the actual like thing that you're addicted to, and the greater restoration in syringe is
it's like helping. Okay.
is helping. Does that make sense?
All right.
I have a question.
Yes.
So revolvers have an effective range of 40 feet.
Yes.
Is there a way to potentially extend that? Could I just get better sights on them, or?
I would allow you to make crafting rolls. So if you purchased 100 gold pieces worth of material and you spent 2 days crafting, I would allow you to extend your range by 10 feet per day you spend on it, with a maximum range of 70 feet.
Oh, okay.
Yes, Virion.
Does Virion get the sense or impression that his strength will return to normal after a long rest, or that he needs to see somebody?
You get the sense that you might need to see someone or a cleric.
Oh, I need to do that too.
Then, while we're here in Babylon, there's plenty of clerics to see. That would be probably what he wants to do next.
All right. The rest of you, you see the rest of everybody kind of preparing to go do the envoy to the city of Dracon. Are you wanting to stay behind and get that taken care of, or go with the rest of the group to meet with Galbraith and get this situated and then potentially come back?
On one hand, in case combat breaks out, I would very much like to have my strength back to normal. But, I mean, are there potentially clerics over there as well?
There might be, yeah. Some of the they worship the Lord of Order over in the city of Dracon. They are like the creator of the dragons. So there are a couple of Order clerics that are over there that could potentially provide the service.
All right, then. Yeah, I guess he would go with the others then.
All right. Clayton, are you wanting to go with the others or go find your mother?
My brother, let's go find your mama.
Yeah, let's do that. I trust
Go with
everybody for that.
Side quest.
Yeah.
Mama.
All right. Well, we'll go ahead and leave you two, and we will go with our group of Savage. Are you coming with the envoy? Ophelia and Alabaster kind of like, Savage, we would appreciate your presence here with this council.
I go where I'm called.
Very well. Ellie, you are quite large. Are you able to fit everyone on your back and fly us there?
Have y'all ever seen Hunter x Hunter?
Yes.
Hunter x Hunter is awesome.
Y'all know in season 5, the king, how he wraps his tail around the other's legs?
Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm envisioning.
I don't have a tail though.
Well, I know, but like people's. But yes, I have enough space.
Where is everyone?
Well, I wasn't there, so I left.
What is there?
Well, I mean, not like left. Like I'm still right here. I was just running around.
All right.
Because I'm not here.
Yes, I do for everyone.
I think it's
If
called Benny Hill.
I can grow larger.
Everybody on Ellie, if it is alright with you, would we be able to catch a ride?
Absolutely.
Alright, everyone on board. Quickly everybody does Ellie, who used to be one of the smallest members of the group, now currently the largest member of the group. Everybody is able to get onto the back of Ellie, and you fly over to the city of Dracon. Ellie, as you kind of fly over, you can see that the hustle bustle of the city beneath you. You can see, and the rest of you can see, that there are all manner of dragon and dragon-like creatures on the surface of the city of Dracon. You can see several of them in their human forms. Several of them have been polymorphed. Several full-size dragons making their way through the city streets. These wide corridors, huge buildings. Most of the buildings are very open concepts, so the dragons can be able to get in and throughout the city and stuff. You can see several dragonborns mingling throughout the city, and towards the top of the city, you can see a massive marble palace, beautifully inlaid with gold, silver. You can see dragon figures carved out of marble, gleaming golden statues of all different manner of dragons, and like each one portrayed in the different colors and of the chromatic spectrum and the metallic spectrum. And
Real quick, I'm gonna run to the bathroom. So if for some reason you talk to me and I don't answer, that's why I'm stepping away, because I'm not here. So.
All right. And you can see towards the very kind of front steps of the palace, you see a small procession awaits you as Galbraith Corinth, currently in his full dragon form, this like immense creature, very long, sinuous neck, kind of like a mix between a Chinese golden dragon and an actual regular dragon. Very long neck. You can see the drooping kind of mustache coming off of him in like whiskers. Very kind of old face, but massive. Flanking him are Lord Borstone, and directly to his left is another silver dragon, who you see is the Lady Corinth. At this moment in time, as they kind of see you all approach, you all kind of land and disembark Ellie and come to face Lord Corinth. At this moment in time, Alabaster and Ophelia kind of do a deep bow to Galbraith, and kind of motion for the rest of you to do at least a curtsy or a bow to properly address the monarch of the city of Dracon.
I won't fully bow, but I will nod my head.
Okay.
I will fully bow.
Yeah, Varian puts his fist to his chest and doesn't half bow.
As you all kind of do the bow, Ellie makes eye contact with the three dragons and gives a slight nod. They for a brief moment, Ellie, go ahead and make me a perception check real quick.
Okay. That's not scary at all. Okay. What is it? 17.
Okay. Ellie, as you kind of do the slight nod, and the rest of the party kind of like specifically Ophelia and Alabaster kind of look at you like expecting you to do a full bow. You look up at the dragons and do the nod, and the first emotion that you can see kind of cross their faces is anger, specifically in Lord Corinth. But then immediately afterwards, as they kind of peer in a little bit closer, the next emotion that flashes across their face is fear, and then acceptance, and each of them will then in turn bow to the rest of you. As Lord Corinth kind of steps forward.
Who are you?
We welcome you all to my city. I hear that the past day has been tumultuous for all of you. So let us discuss these matters in a bit more comfortable situations. And you watch as he begins to move down, and as he kind of lowers his head, he begins to shrink, and stepping forward, you can see a very well-dressed, white-haired man in a long flowing gold robes kind of steps forward, as both of Borstone and Lady Corinth also transform into their human forms and step forward.
Well, hot dang.
As they do this, I would like to match their size.
Right. Corinth kind of steps forward, Galbraith, and nods to each one of you. You all have experienced loss within the past 24 hours. And so I will not, at this time, demand the explanations that I was wanting for why on earth this was allowed to happen, that one of my children attempted to destroy my city, and it was by the skin of your teeth that you were able to stop him. I do pay homage to you for saving my city, but I am slightly angered that it came to this point. And he kind of turns to Ophelia and Alabaster. The rest of you, I hear, stepped in to aid the city during this time, and I thank you for the aid. Your actions saved both our cities. However, I do not like being ordered around. And if it was not for the station of your friend here, he kind of nods towards Ellie, I would have your city annihilated without a second thought. But under the circumstances, and in light of certain things involving my children that I will take partial responsibility for, I will allow bygones to be bygones between the city of Dracon and the city of Babylon. Ophelia and Alabaster kind of nod in in respects, as this catastrophe was avoided, but the stress and anxiety that was caused between the two cities, there is partial blame between both sides. Corinth kind of turns to the rest of you. However, for the aid in which you did for the city, you were not required to aid either of us in this endeavor. I hear you all have a skyship and could have left at any time. So that I will give you my thanks, and I will bestow one gift to the group of you. Ask it, and I will grant it. What is it that you require of me?
Can we discuss, Lord?
At this moment in time, he kind of turns and actually fully recognizes you. Grave, you can see that a moment of anger slightly flashes across your face, his face, but then it's kind of replaced by indifference. You may converse.
I wish that you would give these a greater reward. I desire none. It was my duty. But I also wish to make a request of you to perhaps erase my memories, as you should for anybody who's outcast from Draconia. You see the results of not doing that. You merely stripped his power, and look what he did in revenge.
So he's echoing for you guys too, right?
Oh man.
It's not echoing for me.
Yeah, I wasn't hearing it.
I can hear the echo.
Yeah, it's in Tavern Tales. It's in Tavern Tales and Discord.
I'll do that. I'll do the thing I did again.
Do the thing.
The thing I think that I did.
The thingy thing?
Alright, this fixed it last time.
Guys, I think we're finally going to figure out what Ellie is. Maybe.
Ellie is.
Who's Ellie?
Alright.
Pretty sure she's like a god or something.
Do I echo?
You fixed
No,
it.
you're good.
No.
I knew it. That's a weird way to fix it, but I realized it when it worked last time. Alright.
He kind of turns to you, Grave, and this is the father of the man you were supposed to protect, and he was the one who specifically banished you and took you to the edge of Dracon in his dragon form and hurled you over the edge. In his eyes, you can see the barely controlled rage that still burns within him. But he can see that you have done a great service for the city of Dracon, unbidden and unduty bound to do so. And he can see that even though he blames you completely for his son's death, you see the anger that he has had towards you begins to thaw as he kind of looks down at you. Grave, my gift to you is forgiveness. This moment, I've already lost 2 of my 3 sons, one to assassination
and one to madness. I do not want to lose a third.
Wait.
Y'all killed my brother.
What?
I'd do it again.
Grave.
I go down into an even more prostrate position. Like instead of on my my knees, I go down and low. I don't know how to explain it, but I'm down on the ground.
Prostrate.
Yeah.
Rise.
I stand. And I look up at him. I accept, Father, but I cannot return yet.
Well, this moment I will grant you one thing. During your original outcast, you said you were to find the assassins of your brother. I did not grant you the opportunity to investigate the site of his death. I will grant you permission for the time being to end your banishment for a moment, to do more investigating if you would like.
Ah, sweet. I need Lazar for this. Bring you along so you could look at things.
I'm not there.
Maybe Savage too? No, I know you're not here now, but...
I need your eyes.
Yeah.
But that is the gift that I will bestow to you.
You could
You will
bring me.
have...
I have a +7 to my investigation.
I have a +9 to my investigation. My perception's terrible, but my investigation's not too bad.
You know, if it involves anything with fiends or fae, I have advantage.
Oddly enough, it's pirates.
Never mind.
Oh, and yeah,
I mean, they're a
that
type
would
of
be
fiend.
useful.
Yeah, get Lazar on it.
Like, hence I'm bringing these certain people with me.
What if it was me?
That'd be very unfortunate for you, friend. But I know it is not
It's
you.
not
Your
though,
heart is
because
kind.
I didn't have an airship until recently, so.
We can already assume who did it.
Well, if
Why
it
did
is
your
who you're
hand just go
assuming
up?
it is, it would have been me.
Oh my gosh, that was funny. I don't know if you did it on purpose, but your VR hand just popped up.
Yeah, I
Connected.
wait as soon as possible because the timing of that was really bad. We all know who did it.
Except it was like just in the disconnected controller position.
Yeah, just.
That's funny.
Now that we have that sorted, the rest of you, what may I grant? I will do what is within my power.
Gold is always nice.
I'll take you guys shopping and take gold.
Well, I hear nobody else talking. So,
That's
I'm not there. Me and Lazar are not there, or else I would chime in.
okay, who all is here right now? There's me, there's Grave, Savage.
Min, Savage, and Ellie.
Alright. Well, I hear nobody else talking.
I was not criticizing you. I was asking where the other voices were.
Who said that?
Okay. I mean, personally speaking, gold is always very, very helpful. I know to some of the others, they prefer ashen stones over gold. I'm more or less indifferent. I find gold to be more versatile.
Well, what about privileges? Is there any privileges that we might request upon Dracon? Maybe like
You're not there.
You mean?
Is it? Guys, think. Be creative.
Yeah, if he's just gonna try to get some white privilege, be careful.
White dragon privilege.
My thought would be either getting some sort of a sigil as a form of like association, or have them give me a book so I can learn how to speak Draconic.
I guess if I can ask you something just for myself. I know that's not what you offered, but I figured I would bring it up anyways. And he pulls his collar to the side, showing the red dragon scale.
He kind of nods.
I absorbed some sort of power from your son when we had to slay him. I don't know what you might be able to offer in terms of additional help or power when it comes to the scale. But if there is anything, it would definitely help us in the fight to come.
Where is my son's scale?
It's right here.
Don't I have it?
I picked it up, I believe, because I tried to put it on and it wouldn't work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
yeah, I'm pretty sure I would have it. So, I take it out of my pocket. It's right here. I'm assuming that you would like this back.
Yes, please.
I put it in his hand.
You watch as he kind of brings his hands to the side. A tear kind of opens up in the air as a pocket dimension opens up as he enters it, and it closes.
Now, I do appreciate you all are asking things of me, but it does remind me, as we are on the topics of scales, you found the red one. Were you able to locate the other chromatic ones?
We were. And
where are they?
I believe they're on our ship at the moment. I was forced, just so you're aware, to put on the red one when your son first attacked us.
Yes, I am aware. Ballstone has filled me in.
I believe I have the green one. I'll just offer up the green scale.
Yeah, the others have held on to them. They haven't put them on. It's been more of a last resort sort of thing.
Yes, I see. If I would appreciate those to be returned to the city of Dracon. I will ask politely at this moment for them if you are willing to give them up. Therein, I will not ask for the red one at this time. But in the future, after your pact with Ballstone is eventually concludes, I do expect it back.
I see no reason to hold on to it once I'm done with what I have in mind.
Very well. The rest of them are ancient treasures of the Draconic race and hold immense power and meaning. If they could be returned to us, we would politely ask. If they are withheld, we might in future need to pursue more drastic action as a city.
I see no reason as to why we would continue to hold on to them.
Levi, do you have one in your person? I know I have one.
Yeah, I have one on my person. I mean, not
Yeah,
on my collarbone on my person, but in my possession.
Yeah,
I think all of you grabbed one and kept one in your inventory.
I believe Savage has a white one.
Yep, I have them.
Min has the black one. Levi has the green one. And Clayton, you had which one?
I thought Min had the green and I had the black.
Yeah, I have the green. He has the black.
In Lazar, which one did you have?
You had the white one, I thought.
I thought I had white because white was kind of my color scheme.
Yeah.
But maybe not.
Yep.
Then
before it sounds like Power Rangers.
That's fine. And then Savage, then you would have the blue one.
Or maybe I did have the blue one. I think he specifically requested the white one, and so I might have just taken the blue.
Yeah, I took the white one specifically.
All right.
Well, then they're not on the ship. They're scattered amongst us, so those of you who are here, you have an opportunity. Tyrion's not going to out you, though.
They could be returned within the intervening days during the funeral and the subsequent banquets and celebrations.
I'm just gonna offer mine up now. I don't want it.
Ah, thank you, Min the turtle.
And he will take it, open up the dimensional thing, and put it back in.
He knows my name.
I ask, do you know why they were taken in the first place? Aside from petty theft.
From what we have been able to determine, is someone within the city of Dracon was able to convince the Grim King that if they stole it, they could potentially sell it for large amounts of gold and ashen stones. However, I believe that whoever is within the city actually used it as a diversion during the time of the heist, and all the dragons were swarming to chase down the Grim Avenger, your namesake ship. My son, the eldest, was slain, assassinated.
So that would have been before the time of Rumtooth and what's his name? Theoretically, right?
Yes.
Just to get the timeline correct?
That is correct.
Okay.
And you never found the responsible party for your son's death?
No. We do believe that Cicero was involved, but to what degree, we do not know.
No disrespect, but I'm sure that you're probably not far off from that assumption.
Sadly, yes. Well, hopefully Grave will be able to glean some more as we show him to the assassination site. But we got off topic. Yes, I could provide gold, ashen stones, all manner of different things, but is there anything that you as a group would prefer? And then maybe any small requests from the individuals.
Do we possibly have any information?
What information would you like to know?
How
By
did it go?
in the group. Sorry. I was asking the group.
Oh, you were asking the group.
The only information Viridian would be interested in having is the location of a certain devil. But other than that, he would really just be more interested in going with a story to his home.
I'd be interested in learning your language.
I could translate for you if you'd like, man.
I could speak it.
And I would potentially love any information that you have about my family and their whereabouts.
Make me a persuasion roll.
Okay, 1 second.
While she's doing that, I do hear this small voice in the back of my head just telling me, ask about privileges. Is there anything that you'd be willing to offer us in terms of privileges within the city? Or maybe even outside of it? It would just help to know what's exactly on the table right now.
I could provide you access at least one time to the soldiers of Dracon. If need arises and you need an army, you could send for me and my populace, and my soldiers and I will respond. Once, and only once. But this is a gift I would offer you.
Let's take over a kingdom, guys.
It's a good thing you're not here, Clayton.
I mean, that's not what my character would want to do, but that like Skyrim thoughts. Let's go take over the Empire, or
Shaggy is Mirek confirmed.
Huh?
Alright. That is a pretty good offer, I'm not gonna lie. So
Like, wouldn't mind if we go fight the Argonians.
As Ellie says, like, asks this question to Corinth, to Galbraith, he turns to Ellie and he says, "Would you like to discuss this openly or in private?"
In private, please.
And then, all right. So I will, after the session today, I will have this conversation with you.
Okay.
Also, Min, as you kind of are like standing there asking about Draconic and potentially learning how to speak it, all of a sudden you feel like this slight change. This like brief push in the back of your mind. And off in the distance, what you previously were hearing as the sounds of like different roars and potentially like just gibberish of like dragon speech consolidates into a language.
Just like that.
well, hot dang.
I'm speaking in Draconic, by the
no
way. and I say,
Duolingo or nothing, man.
Just like that, you can understand us.
And as you kind of this happens, you get a sense, and you know where it came from.
Oh. As you command, my lord. Cool.
I could. But yes, going back, I could offer you this. Additionally, I would be willing, along with this one request, to offer you each individually one small token of our appreciation. Any materials that you would need, healing you would need, potions you would need, I would be able to provide for you.
So that's on top of the aid that you're offering
Yes.
with soldiers. That, personally, I'd have to say I would take that deal. Most definitely. After the fight with your son, some of us were left pretty beat up. So we're still in need of medical aid.
And getting your stats back.
Yeah.
Do those of us who are not there get to partake in any of these things?
Maybe.
Any gift?
Potentially.
You got a circle circle teleportation.
You weren't here. You don't get to participate in the special magic gifts. I can speak
Yes, you
in your
would.
language.
Like eventually, like Cicero, like not Cicero, Galbraith would come and he would offer the small gifts to you, and it would be like it's small things. Like he would offer like he would provide the care that Grave would need. He might provide the scales that Virion needs, or any small thing like that.
I mean, I would take that deal personally. We get the aid of an army, a one-time use, very powerful army, materials that we need, and medical aid to help us heal appropriately.
I'm down. I like it all.
Yeah. So,
Very well. Who would like to receive my mark?
what does the mark do?
So long as
This-
it doesn't get branded on my ass, I'm good.
It would be your way of contacting me and summoning my aid.
I'll take the mark.
It's like that's all you, Virion.
Yeah, why
Very
not?
well. He kind of steps towards you, reaches up, grabs your shirt, kind of tears it down, and
I just got this.
and then right next to your collarbone, he
Damn
pushes
it.
out his hand, and all of a sudden you watch as scales begin to form on the flat of his hand as he pushes it in directly next to your collarbone, and a brief, intense burning sensation, even past your immunity to fire, imprints itself onto your chest, and he moves his hand back as a handprint is left next to you.
That's a cool tattoo. Can I get a cool tattoo as well?
Right on his forehead.
Do you have
What
mending?
you
serve? Yes, thank you for the mark. Thank you. I'm sure that will come in handy. Do you have mending by chance?
He kind of looks at your shirt, kind of chuckles to himself, and he'll cast mending and mend your shirt back.
Just slightly annoyed. This is a brand new shirt.
It was dramatic.
It was
We wanted to be dramatic. We are dragons.
All
You
right,
are
all
a
right.
dragon. Be dramatic.
I'm not, but all right, sure.
Dragmatic.
All right.
Very well.
Is that a no on me getting a matching tattoo?
I don't know how many more tattoos I can get. I'm pretty much 90% scars, tattoos.
And at least 5% scale.
What happens
Yeah.
when you have tattoos over your
At
tattoos?
least scale, tattoos, and scars.
Yes,
Cool
Grave.
story,
What
bro.
you say?
Oh, I said, what happens when you tattoo over the tattoo? Does it become a new mixed tattoo?
Maybe.
It's just a rhetorical
For-
question.
Hey, we're fine with mixed things here, okay?
For the rest of you,
Typing.
you may message me individually what small things you would like to request from the city of Dracon and myself, and I will provide what I can.
You
Grave.
still.
We
I'm
will
sorry.
Grave, we will provide the greater restoration infusion. We can provide you for 4 doses that you may use.
You said that in the steel, we're able to request certain materials.
That is correct.
Well, if I'm able to cash in right now, there are some things that I need.
What are you in need of?
Well, I don't know if you have access to some of these things, but I need 24 red dragon scales.
2 bags of holding.
And 2 bags of holding. And 150 feet of silver thread.
I can provide the dragon scales and the silver thread. We will send a collection around to our chromatic friends within the city.
You're gonna
I
get some
very much
white
appreciate
girls,
that.
man. Gross.
So I need to.
I'll take what I can get, my man.
Those a number 2, a number 2 large, number 12 with extra dip.
Very well.
I appreciate that.
It wasn't my voice. It's not kid.
And then additionally, the rest of you can just message me out of game what you would potentially want in those kind of things. Additionally, Virian and Clayton, you would receive your treatment for the greater restoration. Your you like to get your strength back up. You can tell that it when they actually do the greater restoration, they actually have to use a couple spell slots levels higher than a normal greater restoration, just because of the amount of what this thing is. They have never seen this kind of damage or effect before, and it is quite concerning to them. It's like this slow burning corruption that they begin to refer to as and as you begin to kind of talk with them and stuff, they're it's smoldering within you, but we're able to kind of dispel it, but it's very powerful. It's best way to describe it is like ember.
This does make me realize, while I'm there with Lord Corinth, I'd like to ask him if Cicero stole a great sword from their arsenal.
We do not know of any such great sword.
He wielded a very powerful and very large greatsword. It's about 7 feet in length. I took it, not to use, but to also investigate. The corruption that came off of this blade and off of him as well is tied to what I believe is what I've been hunting for quite some time now.
He did, before his banishment, during his adventures, he did mention finding a weapon of some sort. He never saw it, but
if it interests you to take a look at it, and we can help each other better understand the corruption of this blade and what it may be tied to help each other. The sword is on our ship.
Very well. After the funeral, though.
Of course.
Is there anything else you would like to do? All right. And so with that, they will all kind of bow to you, and they will turn to Ophelia and Alabaster, and Lord Corinth said that he and several of the other major figures in the city of Dracon will be at the funeral tomorrow to take part and lend what abilities they have to make this funeral something to remember and honorific to those who have died. And with that being said, we'll go ahead and cut back to Clayton Deadeye and Captain Lazar as you all are beginning to make your way to Clayton. You received a location of where your mom was staying because you were going to stop by later to be able to talk with her. And so I assume that you would probably go there first, right?
Yes.
All right. Easily enough, you and Captain Lazar make it your way through the city to the door. You make your way to down the hallway back into the corridors and make it to the large entryway to the door of
where she is staying. You walk up and I assume you would knock, or would you just try to open it and enter?
I'd knock.
Okay. You knock.
Dunk, 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 dunk.
No answer.
Kick it down. Kronk, break it down.
Going.
I look at the car. Would you mind being a bit stealthy?
Can do, my friend. Can do. I gently start to turn the handle to see if it's locked or not.
It is locked.
Not for long. Let's go ahead and lockpick that bad boy.
Not for long.
AC 30.
Whoa.
Guessing critical fail.
That's a
Yep.
critical fail. Clayton is helping you technically.
Hang on. Oh, he is? Okay.
Yeah.
I was saying, 'cause I might still succeed depending on what the DC... Okay, yeah, that's good. That's good.
Easily enough, you're able to insert the key and the part of your lockpick into the lock.
Oh, yeah, I forgot I have an infiltrator's key. I had advantage anyways, right?
Yeah. Brief turn, a click. Door is now unlocked. You slowly turn, open the door, and inside you can see darkness.
I slowly stealth my way in because I can do that without permission now.
Yes, you can.
And then suddenly Vivint Home Security begins to blare.
Hey.
As
Man, that was my stealth check. Oh, I have an advantage though because of infiltrator's key.
I don't know about y'all, but I'm starting to get bad juju.
The mace of Morlag Ball is stored in the basement. I recognize it.
Dude, that's one of my favorite weapons.
Meridia's beacon.
Can you imagine?
Okay. So
when
that's a 26 for stealth.
Okay.
We got dragon scales, just a new hand touches the beacon. It's like, no.
Easily enough, you are able to stealth into the room. It is quite dark. Do either of you have dark vision?
I have superior dark vision.
Okay, I think I have low light.
Okay, so the room is like, even though it is nearly pitch dark and the only light is coming in from the doorway, you can see that the entire room is kind of in shadows. It is a relatively large room. You can see off in this the corner, it like in a secluded kind of alcove is a bed and bathroom chamber around the door. It's kind of an open concept room. There's another kitchen area, living area. Everything is immaculately cleaned. Not a thing out of place. Everything's kind of dark, however. Everything is proper, ordered. The bed is actually made perfectly. It honestly doesn't. It looks like this room hasn't been touched. Nobody has been living here. Go ahead.
I want to roll some investigation checks. And by the way, I do have dark vision.
That I will help him with.
All right, you may roll investigation with advantage.
What's your advantage investigation?
How you say le caca?
C'est moi aussi.
Oh, really? I thought you had really good investigation.
No, I only have +1. That's my other character that I played with you with.
Well, +1 is still better than mine, so.
Oh boy.
So I rolled a 12.
12? All right. As you all slowly begin to, you two begin to slowly stealth around the room. Clayton, your mother's suitcases, the travel equipment, potentially the maids or the people that would have accompanied her. This entire room is bare of all things that would denote that someone was living here or staying here.
Yeah, pause. Or real quick, I only rolled once the one time. Did I have advantage for the investigation?
Yes,
you did.
Okay, I just rolled a second time because I realized that I rolled a 19 now.
Okay, yeah, that's a lot better. But yeah, so you
like
are
an
able
18 plus
to...
1 or a natural 19?
No. It was just a total 19.
Okay.
You can look back at D&D Beyond if you want.
As you make your way around the room, slowly beginning to like investigate and stuff, you get the sense that first of all, there's nobody here and nobody's going to attack you. So eventually, you guys turn on some lights to be able to properly like do a thorough investigation. As you kind of turn lights on into the room, there are several things that you notice. The first thing that you notice that on the bed, right where like a person would be laying, you see a wet spot over the blankets. As you kind of walk up to it and you kind of put your hand on it, it is cold to the touch.
That's a little sus.
So she wets the bed.
Let's hope that's what that is.
You have a baby brother, maybe? I don't know.
I'm honestly, I just am confused. Like, is it just like clear wet, like water wet?
Like water wet.
Okay, I was afraid to ask for more clarification.
Roll urine check.
3 in the morning.
Is there anything above, like dripping?
Yeah.
What is the source?
Does it look like
with
hot water? Is there like
with
a
with a 19 investigation? As you kind of look at it, it reminds you of what you saw happen with Cicero, or one of his simulacrums.
Oh no.
I guess you could say.
And I remember vividly what that means and what happened, but for our viewers, could you maybe recap that?
Yes. So, within the a simulacrum is a magical construct created from snow, like a snowman, that is created using a monetary value to create an exact duplicate of a person.
Where simulacrums can be made out of any material, not just snow.
Yeah. But the most common thing is it is usually made out of snow, and it reduces back to snow once it is dispelled. And you get the sense that when Cicero died, the spell anchoring him to this simulacrum of potentially Clayton's mother dispelled and melted.
Well, my friend, in other words, we have no leads on where my mother might be, which is, I don't know, more concerning or less concerning. In fact, actually, my next thought is, was my father a simulacrum?
Maybe we're all simulacrum.
Do you have anything of your mother's? Anything she gave you?
The simulacrum patient.
Wait.
Simulacrums were just the friends we made along the way.
Did she give something to me at the ball?
Like a handwritten note.
Yeah.
It just says
you could, perhaps go back to what's his face and ask him to cast scrying again, and maybe we can get a sense of where she may be or he may be, depending on who you are looking for first.
It's possible. That might be a much faster way to find out what's happened to her than anything else.
As you are kind of discussing this, and you're kind of looking around, you do notice something with a 19. Hanging partially out from under the covers, you see the corner of parchment paper. Quickly, you kind of like stoop down to pick it up and stuff. You can see that it was kind of tucked up and underneath for safekeeping. But you can see on this parchment is a letter addressed to Cicero from, and at this point in time, you begin to read it, and first of all, it's not in common. It is in Mechanican.
Oh.
definitely don't speak that language.
I would? Or
You
I
would.
wouldn't?
You
I
would.
Okay.
As you begin to read, it kind of gives you a little bit of anger because it says from in response to your petitions and your letters, Corinth, we have agreed to held captive this orcish woman in exchange for the documents that you have inscribed to us.
Oh.
If you send this document to us, we will take this orcish woman and hold her for the time being.
Is there a date happen to be signed onto this?
Full name, address, date.
Yesterday.
Yeah, did they postmark this? Is there a return address on the letter?
Yeah, what's the ping?
Yeah,
Wait.
is information that you receive.
What was the name of that language?
Mechanican.
That's not in D&D Beyond.
It is not.
Oh.
It is specific for Warforged.
Oh.
It's something that we did, doesn't it, Levi?
What?
The Warforged that I made.
Yeah. Oh.
And
yeah, we did.
Yeah, we made a language so that he could speak with other constructs.
Yeah. Gosh, that was an annoying character.
I'm so sorry, man. I had to carry the other two who had it was literally their like second time playing D&D.
Fair.
I didn't realize just how much that character was going to counter the campaign, though.
Okay, so then I look at Mr. Sauvage. Well, looks like we have
Why are you looking way out in the distance? Look at me, not Sauvage.
We have a bit of a problem with the city full of Warforged.
Does such a city exist?
It does. It's called Macon?
Yep, City of Macon.
It's the city of Macon. I have had interactions with them before. It's actually thanks to, we'll just say, less warlike tribe that I interacted with back down on, down on the ground.
How long do we expect the others to be at Dracon?
Maybe a half an hour.
Okay. I wasn't sure if it was going to be like a day or something, and if we should just go, sneak ahead beforehand, kind of infiltrate, get some information first, and then maybe we can all come, or if we should just all go together the first time.
To where?
If we wanted to go to Macon.
Oh, Macon is like weeks away. And you would have to find it. It's a floating sky city.
Yeah, it would take us a bit to try to find it in the first place. Well, this is something that we'll have to hold on to. But this also means that the city of Macon might actually, or persons of like interest to Cicero, potentially might have some of my designs. We might need...
What do you say well, first off, we need to take Story home, but on the way to his island, maybe we keep an eye out for other air cities to potentially stop in at and try and find this Macon.
Yeah, we might want to give Dracon a heads up that they might be equally as hostile as Babylon for a moment was.
This is wisdom in you, my friend.
Well, shall we reconvene with the others?
Did we make a plan to meet back here or meet with them in Dracon? What is the plan there?
You do have the ship. We could go over there.
We're also going back to the church for the funeral.
Oh, yeah.
But they are also coming back to the church for the funeral, so it makes sense that we wait here.
That is fair.
Hey, you want to go find a bad person and raid them for their money?
I don't know about
Pass the time.
I don't know if there's many of those left here in Babylon, where Sister have gone, but with the Herald of Order gone, I guess some of those responsibilities do fall on my shoulders as a marshal.
Awesome. Okay, let's go. I'm gonna go around and just ask like the first person I see, like, hey, who is your mortal enemy? And why? Has to be a good reason.
Eagerly give you a person that has wronged them egregiously. In fact, several people that you talk to as you are named this one person who is this stingy kind of upscale wine owner, wine tavern owner who doesn't let people in who don't wear the proper attire and has con people out of money by rebranding low vintage wine and reselling it at high end and stuff and filling bottles and stuff.
Perfect. That's the one. That's our target. Okay, let's go make his life a living hell.
You guys break into this guy's wine shop and completely destroy his entire stock.
Oh no, we don't want to destroy it. I want to take it. What's the
take it,
point in
yes.
doing justice if I don't profit off of it?
You quickly find the best vintages. The rest are kind of cheap, very low end wine put into fancy bottles, but you find kind of hidden in the back behind a couple of layers of safes and lock boxes and stuff.
We conduct this like an old Roaring 20s speakeasy raid by the G-Man.
Yeah, just a bust.
I'm thinking a good old fashioned con. You go in and distract him, pretend to be, some potential buyer or something, and I sneak in the back, steal his goods, make him think he's getting the deal of a lifetime, and he comes back and it's all just fake.
You can hear the wails of this man as you both make your way back into the city of Babylon, as the rest of our party makes their way back from the city of Dracon to meet
And
up.
50% of the goods that we just stole, probably taking from, I don't know if he has a register or just a cash box, we'd steal the gold too. 50% I give back to all the people that said that he had wronged them. But I also,
It was maybe 50 gold pieces worth.
Cool. So yeah, we'll keep 15 each for me and Clayton, and then the other 20 we'll just kind of give out to some of the people.
They're very appreciative. And by so doing, you begin to earn the moniker of a Babylonian Robin Hood within the city walls.
All in a half an hour's time. Well done.
As the
Man,
sun
that one paladin really makes a difference.
begins to set, and darkness begins to take the sky of Babylon, and the lights of both cities begin to illuminate the space between. The ashen stones that surround both cities begin to glow with the soft white light emitted by as each individual person slowly brings out each of their own to begin to light the city of Babylon and the city of Dracon. You all reconvene and begin the preparations for the funeral. Starting up
in the city of Dracon itself, at the Palace of Dragons, the procession starts. Thousands of men, dwarves, elves, dragonborns, and dragons join the throngs as they follow you and your group, and the soldiers bearing aloft the bodies of Scandea Kiswell, Devon Toriel, and the Herald of Commerce, Dwelf Marat. A somber procession leads them through the city. As they come to the edge of Dracon, the wings of dragons bear the procession along. As they bridge the gap between Dracon and the city of Babylon, and begin the procession down the wide streets lined with thousands of people. As you begin walking down the city of Babylon, and you all at the head of the procession begin to hear it. Surrounding, echoing throughout the city, on the very top, towards the very top of one of the steeples of the cathedral, a massive drum stands alone. And a massive man at the top begins to beat. Boom, boom. And you all step in unison. Boom, boom. Again, steps in unison. Silence fills the city of Babylon as steps take you along, around, and towards the central cathedral and amphitheater of the Church of Ash, where there, erected at the very center, are 3 pyres of magnificent origin, trees stacked higher than a man, tens of feet tall, to be able to create the fire strong enough to return those who have lived upon the city of Ash, or the world of Ash, again to Ash. And again, as you all enter the courtyard, you hear the drums. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. As each of the bodies are placed upon the pyres, Alabaster steps forward, and he calls out to the waiting people.
Tonight is a night of celebration, but mourning. Here lies 3 of your heralds. They gave their lives for you, and none of you would be here without them. So let your tears fall freely, and let your grief show, for these are heroes who did not make it. But from Ash we come, and Ash we return. They knew the difficulty that they would have to take, and they knew they might have to defend this city with their lives. So yes, show your grief, your tears, your sadness, but joy, for it is them and their sacrifice that brings us promise and hope for the future.
And as he kind of steps back On a grin, the crowd kind of goes silent. You see Galbraith steps forward in dragon form. And with an inhale and a massive exhale, dragon's breath ignites the pyres. And as the flames burn high, Alabaster steps forward and begins to utter forth the song of mourning, the song of death. As Ophelia L'Oreal steps forward also to join in with the singing.
From ashes to ashes and dust to dust, through fateful flames we've wandered, and now we've reached the end. Through tearful times we've traveled, from where we all began. From ashes to ashes and dust to dust.
And though our sorrows deepen as loved ones pass away, we pray our souls remember that lives will yet remain.
From ashes to ashes and dust to dust. Recall the love of lost ones, bringing peace to troubled hearts, knowing they will never leave us as we keep them in our hearts. From ashes to ashes and dust to dust. From ashes to ashes and dust to dust.
And as the song concludes, and they step forth, the pyres burn high, and the fires burn bright, as each of the bodies of the heralds are reduced to ash and are sent back into the eternal cycle, from ashes to ashes and dust to dust. And that is where we'll end the episode for the evening.
My dear friends, come here, come closer, come closer.
thank you so much. You have watched the video. You made it to the end. Truly, it means so much to us. But we wanted to thank a couple more people. Of course, we thank you. You are one of the greatest people to thank because, quite frankly, we do this for you. This is for you to watch. Other than that, it's just a bunch of friends being idiots together. So, thank you. Obviously, we want to thank the Tavern Tales and Studio Shinto, who they created this beautiful game with all these fun things to play with, and it's a great place for us to come together to play the game we all love. All right, next up, we wanted to thank all of our players for everything that they do, the time that they take out of their day to come here every week and pull off stupid shenanigans like we do. So, thank you to all of the players, and to our DM, of course, as well, Caleb Reynolds. Very good DM. Top notch. Okay, let's see here. What else do we have? Oh, of course. There's a cameraman here. We are very grateful for our dear videographer, Trevor Jones. Thank you for all you do. There's just so many things. We have a good one. Babies from the Tavern. If you have not seen their channel, they also play D&D in Tavern Tales like us, and their content is perfect. I love it. You should go check them out. We will leave a little link here and down below as well. With that, I think that's all of the thank yous that we have. But just a petite little reminder to subscribe if you are not subscribed, so that you get all of our notifications when we are posting our fun videos for you. And to watch it for the shorts that we will be posting, and then come back here to this video, find the timestamp, drop it in the comments, and we'll give you a little shout out here. So thank you again for everything so much. Goodbye, and we will see you next time on the Arcane World. Bye bye.